why your school doesn't help with degree apprenticeships. So I'm going to list out a couple of things now, and I want you to have a think about if these are relatable to you. So most of the people in your school are probably thinking about going to university. Okay, maybe there's a couple of people, like maybe a couple of your friends who are thinking about doing a degree apprenticeship along with you, but 90% of people probably are trying to go to university. At your school, they're 95% focused on university. That's what everything's all about. So maybe they have like guest speakers come in. They certainly did at my school from University of Oxford, right, or some university from London. They have them come in and give a talk about university life at university, how to have a good university application. Maybe they have like little workshops or sessions on how to write your UCAS personal statement. Maybe your teachers like give you feedback on your UCAS personal statement for university. But in terms of degree apprenticeship, there's nothing. Your school doesn't help with them. Or maybe they do help a bit, but in terms of helping with degree apprenticeships, I mean, they mention degree apprenticeships. Maybe your school have mentioned degree apprenticeships, but all they say is something like, this is what a degree apprenticeship is. You can earn while you learn. And then that's it. Compared to all the support you get for university, everyone going to university, all the teachers, workshops, guest speakers, whatever it is, helping with university. Degree apprenticeship is none of that. It's literally maybe they did one session one time, or maybe it was like at the end of a university presentation they mentioned, oh, by the way, there's also degree apprenticeships where you can earn while you learn. That's all we're going to tell you. Go and do your own research. Okay? Maybe that's relatable to you. I don't know, have a look at the view count of this video. Maybe it'll be like 50 or something, right? I reckon like 90% of people probably have that experience. 95% of people that in their school, there's just barely anything on degree apprenticeships, very minimal support on degree apprenticeships. It's probably just, this is a degree apprenticeship, they exist. Thank you very much. Okay, so why is this? Why do schools in general not help with degree apprenticeships when I think if you're watching this video, you're watching my channel, you can agree they're basically the better route? Well, the first reason really is teachers just don't have experience with degree apprenticeships. So degree apprenticeships are a very new thing. They only started in 2015, which means your teachers just don't have experience with them. They certainly won't have done a degree apprenticeship. Teachers will have all gone to university, so they're used to the UCAS route, personal statement route. That's what they've been trained on, etc., etc. They don't really know anything about degree apprenticeship. So even if they wanted to, they probably couldn't give you as much support as they can give to all the people who want to go to university, who want help with their university options, who want help with maybe university interviews, who maybe want help with their personal statements and that sort of thing. Teachers just don't have that same experience for degree apprenticeships because they're such a new thing and because they're so unfamiliar. The other thing is teachers don't have enough time. Like, teachers have loads of stuff to do. They have to manage classes, and then also on top of all that, they're doing all that university stuff, helping out students with their UCAS personal statements and that sort of thing. They really don't have time to suddenly learn all about degree apprenticeships. Degree apprenticeship application process is really long. They don't have time to like look at your CV, teach you how to do a CV, teach you how to do a cover letter, you do like an interview, online testing, video interview, group exercise, all this sort of thing. There's just so much stuff going on with degree apprenticeship applications that teachers don't have enough time. Okay, so it's like, fair enough. Okay, they don't have enough time. It is what it is. The other one is university is still seen as the golden option. I think there is sort of a stigma around like not going to university. I think schools, they want their students to go to university. It's like a school is going to get judged, especially if it's like a grammar school. The school's going to get judged on like how many university offers it gets. It's like maybe I'll do a post on Twitter. We got 10 students into Oxbridge, right? It's like, how many Oxbridge offers do you get? How many Russell Group University offers do you get? That sort of thing. That's what they're judged on. It's what they're going to be ranked on. They don't really care if you get into your degree apprenticeship for investment banking or quantity surveying. This is most schools. So of course, there's going to be schools which are different, some schools which are good for it, but I'm just saying, in general, a lot of these companies are still more focused on the universities. From a parent's perspective, still a lot of parents, there's sort of a stigma around apprenticeships. They want their son or their daughter to go and study at university, and if you go and do an apprenticeship, even if it's a degree apprenticeship, it isn't seen as good. So it's like schools would just rather focus on this university option, this golden option, than sort of have a look at this degree apprenticeship option. The other thing is degree apprenticeships are hugely competitive. Like, they are massively competitive compared to university. So JLR, which is a very popular sort of engineering and technology degree apprenticeship, one of their schemes, only the top 3% of applicants got in for 2024. Okay, and if you go to something like the finance industry, go into these top finance companies, it can be even less than this. So top 1%, top 0.7% on some companies, they're the only applicants who get in. So it's actually easier to just help students get into university. You're going to get better success rates. And then if you try and help people get into degree apprenticeships, it's going to require a lot more help to sort of get them into that top 1% bracket, super competitive. So it's just easy to help people get into university. And the final thing is, this is just like a supply and demand thing, is most students go to university. So I mentioned it at the start. Think about the people at your school. How many of them are considering going to university? How many of them are considering going to degree apprenticeships? Especially if you're at grammar school, it's going to be like 99% of people are going to go to university. Like 90% of people want to go to university and study whatever at this like Russell Group University. The number of people who want to go to do a degree apprenticeship isn't that many. And so it's simply supply and demand. It's like, therefore, because 90% of people want to go to university, the school is going to focus 90% on university. And okay, fair enough. But what it means is, it just means that people who do want to go to degree apprenticeships, you're not really getting supported. You don't really get taught too much about degree apprenticeship, and you sort of have to do it on your own. And so I was just thinking about this. In your school, have they ever like given you support with like a UCAS personal statement? How many of them have done like a session explaining the personal statement, or maybe they've had like support, like your teachers helping you with personal statement? Compare that. How many times at your school have they done like a session on how to write a degree apprenticeship CV or a cover letter? Probably never, right? Like they'll help you with the personal statement, but in terms of CV, cover letter for a degree apprenticeship, it doesn't get mentioned, right? And that's just because most students go to university, which I guess is fair enough. It's a supply and demand thing. But those are like the 5 main reasons I can think of why schools don't help with the university. So you'll notice in those 5 reasons, I'm not really blaming the schools. I don't think it's the school's fault. I think it just sort of is what it is. Under-resourced. Most go to university. They're very difficult to get into. So it's sort of like they're just focused on university. There's going to be some schools who are probably like pushing and going really well on degree apprenticeships. So for example, I know my old school is now doing really well in terms of trying to get more people to go to degree apprenticeships. But there's still a lot of schools where it's just a university focus. So that's probably why you've come to this YouTube channel potentially, because from your school you didn't get anything on degree apprenticeships. You've got to go online, Google search, whatever, and try and find stuff about degree apprenticeships. So let me just introduce myself. My name's Owen. I'm a degree apprentice, and I help people get degree apprenticeships in the engineering, technology, and finance industries. So let me just explain how I can help you with getting into a degree apprenticeship. So the first thing is, I received 8 degree apprenticeship offers myself, so I've been through the process. I know exactly what it's like, and I know how to succeed in this degree apprenticeship application process. The second thing is, I have a lot of time to help with this, so I dedicate basically my early mornings, evenings, and weekends to help you get into your dream degree apprenticeship. Compared to a lot of like schools and parents and that sort of thing who believe university is the best path forward, I believe degree apprenticeships are the golden option. I think they're the best path forward. As you can see, like over the last couple of months, I've done a bunch of videos basically sort of knocking university and saying degree apprenticeship is the best path forward, especially if you're going into something like the engineering industry, technology industry, even the finance industry. Just from the work experience, the lack of debt, the salary, all this sort of thing, I just think it's an absolute no-brainer to do a degree apprenticeship. I'm very passionate about people getting into degree apprenticeships and choosing to do a degree apprenticeship over university. And on top of that, I've basically helped my students get into hugely competitive degree apprenticeships. So last year I had my coaching program, helped them get into companies like Airbus, HSBC, KPMG, Deutsche Bank. Those are some of the ones on the screen you can see now. Hugely competitive. These are some other students I had. They screenshotted me like their contracts and stuff. This is one I helped get into JLR. £24,480, like as a 19-year-old effectively in your first year as a degree apprentice. This is one of my students I helped get into Amazon. £34,632 in your first year as a degree apprentice. And finally, I'm fully focused on degree apprenticeship, so I don't even focus on level 3 or level 4 or anything like that. I'm fully focused on level 6, which is your degree level degree apprenticeships. I'm fully focused on helping people with those. Okay, so that's just sort of a pitch about myself, introduction, 5 reasons why I'm sort of best placed to help you with getting degree apprenticeships. So I just want to tell you about something. I do have a coaching program which is launching soon. So if you like the sound of sort of my background and how I've managed to help people get into some really competitive schemes like JLR, for example, then you can go click the link in the description. So the link in the description is where you can sort of register interest for my coaching program, which will be launching soon. If you want to find out more information, you can sort of pause the screen here and have a read of some of these testimonials. Otherwise, you can go to the description and go click that link. Okay. So hope this video has helped, and I'll see you in a bit. Peace out.